Hey, what's up guys, it's Graphic Phoenix back with another video today, and today we're doing a reptile room tour as well as a feeding. So this month I do have a few new additions. They are over there. If you didn't see the video about them, check it out right here on the screen, and I'll also leave a link under the video for you guys to click. But let's get on with the video and then the feeding. So as you can tell, I'm a little bit sick right now, but that is not stopping me from making a reptile room tour for you guys. This is for September 2015. And this is my boy Kai. This is Rango's son, and he's doing amazing. He does need a bigger cage. It's kind of a chain of events that's going to have to happen for me to upgrade this. There is enough room here for the 2-foot cage. However, there's not enough height. So Sky, I actually switched around his cage. I'll talk about that in a minute. But Sky's cage is really tall, and so I'm not able to drop down this bar right here to be able to accommodate a 4-foot cage here. So what I'm going to have to do is I'm keeping my eye out on Kijiji for a 4-foot by 2-foot by like 16 or 12 inch high cage. And I'm keeping my eye out for that, and whenever the time comes, I'm going to pick one up, put him in it, and then drop this shelf, get a new cage for Kai. We'll keep talking about Kai because that's where we left off. I just missed it, so it's kind of hard to see him. He's some beautiful colors right now. So right now his cage is pretty empty because he's been just eating all of the leaves of the umbrella plant that I have in here. As you can see, all those are chewed off, those are chewed off, those are chewed off. Like, he's just eating everything. So when I get the new cage, I'll also be getting a new plant for him. Probably similar like Rango's, and he can either munch through that or keep it the way Rango kept it, which would be nice, but probably won't happen. So we're going in kind of a random order, but we'll move on to Rango now. He's one of the older folks in the room. I think he's probably 5 or 6 years old. That's getting up there in age for a chameleon, but he's still kicking, he's still doing awesome. He's a super translucent male veil chameleon as well. Again, he has an umbrella plant in his cage and just some vines and whatnot. He was just drinking, that's why his mouth is kind of hanging open. From there, we can move on to Bowser. That's my hand. That's my hand. Yeah, not food. Not food. Nope. Nope. He knows it's feeding time soon. I didn't feed him yesterday, so they're both hungry and wanting to eat. But this is his cage. I did add that big substrate box in there for him to dig around and burrow and do whatever he needs to do in there. I actually plan to this weekend. I'll be making a video about it, don't worry. I'm going to move them together again, and then I think I'm going to do some renovations on this cage right here. It's not actually varathaned in. There's only background along the back, so it's kind of a pain in the ass when you're watering, and the wood just soaks it up. So that's not good for the wood. It's not good for really anything. So I'm going to be doing some renos on this. Of course, school starts next week, but I will hopefully make time for it. I'm only going to take 4 classes this semester and see how that goes. So I'm going to be doing some renos on this cage. He's going to be in with Stella, hopefully making some babies. That would be very, very nice. Some red Aki eggs would be wonderful. And that would provide some awesome content for you guys as well. But this is his cage. It's 4 foot long by 2 foot deep by 2 feet high. And I have a mercury vapor bulb up there. There's a UVB, I don't know what, 10.0 it looks like back there. And then just a T8 bulb for light. Stella's cage down here is the same dimensions, 4 feet by 2 feet by 2 feet. However, in there's not a mercury vapor bulb. It's just a 100 watt basking, or 150 watt basking bulb, and UVB 5.0, UVB 5.0. There's also another spot for UVB up there, but I can't find a bulb that fits that fixture, so I might just make my own and hang it in there, do whatever, I'm not sure yet. But I actually added a lot more substrate to her tank as well, and topped up her moist bin. But she's doing awesome. You'll see these guys eating if you didn't see the last time they ate. But it is definitely a spectacle, and it's a lot of fun. If you tuned into my older videos, you'll see her when I first got her, as well as like the progression as I had her for nearly a year. And In the big monitor cage I had before, it just wasn't working. She was not doing well, so I ended up getting these guys, and she's been doing well ever since, so let's keep that up and let's hope for some Aki babies this year. From there, we can move on to Sky, which is my male Meraki blue tongue skink. I was planning on filming this video yesterday, but as I was misting Kai, a water droplet dripped onto his heat light down there, and the bulb absolutely exploded. So he got an impromptu cage cleaning, which was overdue, but I wasn't going to plan to do it. I was going to plan to film, but obviously priority was to make sure his cage was clean, and it was pretty terrifying. Under that log there was like 3 or 4 gigantic house spiders, probably like that big, like the size of a toonie if you're Canadian. If you're American, I have no idea how big that'd be. Like a golf ball maybe in diameter, something like that. He's getting ready to go into shed. It is a male. He has shown me his private parts before, which is just wonderful. If you watched last month's update, I actually ended up switching the hot side with the cold side because that still drips into his cage, and I don't want it to drip onto the bulb again and explode, and there's no water coming from the monitor cages. So that makes my life real easy. From there, we can go to the Sheldon. He is a Herman's tortoise, chowing down on some lettuce. And as you all know, I actually do weigh him every month, and I will do that. I'm just going to wait for him to finish eating because I don't want to disturb him too much. So hopefully by the end of the video he'll be done and we can weigh him. But he is residing in a nice cage I built for him. It's basically just, I think that's plywood, and I siliconed, or it's called No More Nails or liquid nails, wherever you are. I basically did that to some H-core plastic and stuck it into the side. You can get a big sheet of the H-core plastic for like 21 bucks here, and it did this and then some, so super happy with that. It's a very cheap way to make a cage, but it works very, very well. I have a mercury vapor bulb there, as well as these sun blaster lights. These are for the plants, obviously. I'm going to be buying another one. They're not cheap, though. They're like 40 bucks for a 2-foot light, which is kind of ridiculous, but whatever. I do need more light because I am planning on taking this out and putting in one of the hibiscuses that I have. What a hibiscus is, I don't know. Making that grow in here as well because I think that would look really, really good. So I'm hoping to get that done pretty soon. Waiting for next payday, but when that comes, we'll definitely be able to upgrade his tank. He's like 1.5 years old now. I first got him when he was like the palm of my hand, and now, as you can see, he hardly fits in my hand at all. I'm about to step on my cat here, Turbo. And from there, we can do a very, very quick plant update. I'm planning on making actually a plant update video because I do have a whole crap load of new plants. Got some hibiscus, some orchids, anthurium or whatever it's called, that umbrella tree, some hibiscus in the back, coffee plant. In here there's actually thistle growing, like milk thistle for Sheldon actually. Hopefully it grows fairly well. Down here, more hibiscus, some polka dot plant, a plum tree or a fig plant or something like that, more orchids, another hibiscus. There's also some moss here that I'm going to be putting in the new dart frog tanks, as well as a huge tub of it right there. And from there, we can move on to the dart frog. This is my new addition. There's 5 of them, I believe. There's 3 Ranitomea ventrimaculata Borgia Ridge and 2 Ranitomea reticulata, and they are doing great. I almost never see them, so go check out the video down below and on the screen right now to go see what they look like and to see the actual video of them, because they're not out right now, so there's not really any sense of trying. As well as these guys. These guys are a lot more bold than the other ones, but again, I don't see these guys either. I actually cleaned the glass right before I filmed. This is all just humidity building up, but it is amazing the difference. You could actually see in their cages, and It was wonderful. So from there we can move on to the shrimp tank. I'm going to try and keep this pretty quick because I actually plan on doing a shrimp tank video very, very soon here because there are a lot of new babies. There's a whole bunch of babies in here now. And everything's growing really well. I did add a couple new plants, which are the tiger lotuses there. And yeah, I mean, everything's going really, really well in here. And there's also this stuff here, which should float to the top here. This is called water salvia, or savnia, something like that, whatever. And it's growing really, really well. If you live in Calgary and want some, hit me up. I can give you some, or sell you some for very, very cheap. Like, very cheap. Anyways, from there, we can move on to Tig, the female crested gecko that I have. She's probably back there. I'm not going to disturb her. If you want to see her, just search Crested Gecko on my channel and you'll be able to find her. I have a hammerhead shark jaw there that I caught in Florida when I was like 10 or 12 years old. I also have a bunch of plants here. These are aluminium plants. This is called turtle vine. The name intrigued me, so I decided to snag some. And this is called silver philodendron, whatever. In here is a mango growing, and in here is the oldest member of the crew. This is Striker, my high yellow leopard gecko. He is doing wonderful, and he's just loving life. I recently cleaned out his cage and set it up all again, so of course it's the same as pretty much every other time, but I think he sees my hand. I don't know what he's looking at. It's the same as pretty much every other time, but honestly, that's what I like. It makes things easy, and I really hope you guys enjoyed the update. Now we're going to go into feeding. I know this is going to be a really long video, but I feel like I owe it to you guys to make a nice detailed video and feeding because, I don't know, I want to. Let's get into that. I'm going to grab crickets, and then we can watch these two go bonkers. We can watch the tongues fly on these two. Alrighty, so I loaded up my classic sour cream jar with some calcium. Now we just have to load it up with some crickets. I actually plan on picking up maybe a pinky mouse or two for him. So he goes absolutely psycho, as you can see, shooting stuff everywhere. I can toss in a couple more for him. There we go. I'm actually going to close this up because the crickets can come out. This is one of the many joys of having these Ackie monitors. They're such good eaters, it's ridiculous. I don't know what he's staring at, but they're such good eaters, it's absolutely nuts. They love to eat and they love to snoop around and find food. So I think we've seen enough of Bowser eating. Now we can dump these in for Stella. Stella, are you hungry? Watch you zip over here. Whoop. That one jumped out of the cage. So did that one. Lost him. There we go. Takes him over to a hard surface, beats it into the ground, and chokes it back. He's still going ham. I'm going to get some more crickets. Nice catch. There we go. That's Stella eating. From there, we can move on to Kai. Excuse the shakiness. I'm just zoomed in. He's only paying attention to me. Oh. Oh, he missed. Can feed Rango a couple as well. Rango just eats from the container itself. Boom. Not exactly the best lighting, but it works. Boom. Ooh. Alrighty. That wraps up our feeding time. We've seen each reptile that really eats crickets nom some up. And last but not least, to wrap up the video, even though Sheldon is still eating, we're going to weigh him. And ooh, a dart frog's visible, so I'll definitely be sure to show you guys that as well. Let's check out the dart frog. Right up there. Can you guys see him? Yes, you can. So that's the Border Ridge. That's one of the 3, I hope, that I have in there. I don't know which one that is, but you saw a dart frog, so that's pretty awesome. I'm sorry to bug you, man. I'm super sorry. You're gonna have to let that go. We can't. That's gonna skew our results. Sir? Sir. There we go. Alright, we'll just place them in here. 395. 395 grams. Sorry, buddy. There you go. You can continue eating. 395 grams. Last month, we go over to our calendar. He was 386 grams, so that's some growth. That's awesome. He's growing. You guys saw some dart frogs. This is a really long video. I really hope you guys enjoyed. I am going to be filming a couple videos, so look forward to those. With Bowser, chowing down on some crickets. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you guys liked the video, drop a like down below. If you guys want to see more, subscribe to my channel. And if you made it to the very end of the video, comment in the section down below with the word pizza. I don't know why I came up with pizza, but it's random, and you guys that made it will get it. If not, nobody will understand. As well, if you have any question, comments, concerns, anything like that, drop them in the comment section down below, and I will answer those comments. Thanks for watching, guys. Graphic Phoenix is out of here.